Imagine fighting an enemy who multiplies every time you injure him, like your own courage is feeding his army. The battlefield was already thick with smoke and mantra. Durga, Chandika, fierce as cosmic law, moved through demons like a storm with purpose. Around her, the Multiplies fought, each a mother force unleashed, their weapons flashing like ideas made steel. But then, Raktabija arrived. He didn't look like the end of the world at first, just another demon king with a grin too confident. Yet his boon was a nightmare for anyone who believed in ordinary victory. Every drop of his blood that touched the ground would become another Raktabija. Not a weaker copy, not a fading shadow. A full demon, complete with rage, strength, and the same cursed promise. Multiply, multiply, multiply. Chandika struck him, and blood sprayed. The ground answered. From each crimson bead, a new body rose, snarling and armed. The battlefield began to fill with him, Raktabija after Raktabija, like an infinite echo. The Multiplies cut down one and created 10 more. Every sword stroke became a mistake. For the first time, even divine warriors felt something close to panic. Not fear of death, but fear of futility. What do you do when your best efforts create the problem you're trying to solve? Chandika's brow tightened. This wasn't about strength anymore. This was about containment, about stopping the spill. And then, from the edge of the war, came a sound that didn't belong to any human throat. A laugh, raw, wild, intimate with the darkness. Kali arrived. Not dressed in gentleness, not wrapped in explanations. She was night given form, eyes burning like two truths you can't avoid, hair unbound as if she refused every rule that tried to tame reality. Around her, time itself seemed to step back. The demons surged, confident in their numbers. Kali stepped forward, and the air changed. Chandika fought to wound. Kali fought to end. Raktabija charged, and Kali met him with a hunger that wasn't appetite, it was necessity. She struck, and blood leapt again into the air, ready to touch earth and become countless bodies. The spectacle. Kali stretched her tongue across the battlefield, vast, impossible, spanning the space between falling drops and thirsty soil. She drank the blood mid-air, catching every flying bead before it could land. Drops that would have become armies disappeared into her, swallowed before they could take shape. Raktabija tried to bleed his way into infinity, but infinity has its own mother. The more he struggled, the more she consumed. The more he multiplied in intention, the more she denied him reality. Demons watched their miracle fail. The ground, robbed of blood, stayed silent. His face changed, first shock, then terror, as he realized the cruel twist. His blessing depended on the world receiving his blood. Kali made the world refuse. Chandika and the Multiplies pressed in, and now every strike mattered again. Now every wound was final. Raktabija fell, not because someone hit harder, but because the logic of his immortality was broken. And when it ended, the battlefield wasn't just quieter. It was cleaner, as if Kali had drunk not only blood, but the very possibility of endless suffering. People misunderstand Kali and think she represents chaos, but look closely at what she did. She didn't create violence for pleasure. She prevented violence from breeding. She stopped the chain reaction. She protected the world from the kind of evil that uses your response against you. There are Raktabijas in human life too. Problems that multiply when you fight them the same old way. Rumors that grow when you repeat them. Anger that spreads when you answer it with anger. Trauma that clones itself when it's only struck, never held. Kali's medicine is terrifying because it is intimate. She doesn't just cut. She contains. So carry this wisdom from her blood-dark miracle. When a wound keeps multiplying, don't just strike the source. Learn to catch the drop before it touches the ground.